Om Shanti, good morning. Today, the thought was to do a little reflection on Baba's Murli of 4th March 1986, where Baba explained how the foundation of our spiritual life is love, and how the foundation of all the creation is love. And the beautiful song that we heard right now, and we can all remember when we came to Baba, it was the feeling of love, of belonging. And only through that, then we further uh, move forward. Then comes knowledge, and then comes seva. Everything else comes later. But first is the experience of that unconditional love that comes from Baba, that the soul experiences. So the thought today was to um, try and go a little bit deeper and explore this energy of love and what it takes to just remain lost in Baba's love. So let's see, we have a few slides. Maybe first I'll just have this one. So it says stages of spiritual love. When we come to Baba, we belong to Baba. What is our journey of love? And how do we experience that closeness to Baba at a deeper level? So, first really comes being loved, pyar, which means that whoever I am, however I am, I feel that Baba loves me. I feel a sense of belonging to the family. I feel that I am loved unconditionally. Baba doesn't see the baggage that I carry, I bring with me, but he just sees the soul, the long lost and now found child that once belonged to him. So that vision of love, of that unconditional love, pyar, when I feel that I am being loved unconditionally. uh, and so I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to understand everything. I don't need to be a good yogi, but I am just myself. And however I am loved. I am accepted unconditionally by Baba and by the family. So this is where, when we all come, we all feel a sense of belonging. So being loved, pyar. And then the next stage is being loving. It's like love is the natural nature of the soul, but because we have accumulated so many layers of body consciousness, that love doesn't often emerge as a natural response, as a natural reaction, but many times it is replaced by some other insecurities. And so when I feel loved with Baba, with the family, then this uh, natural ability in the soul to be loving, uh, irrespective of whatever is happening at an external level, to be loving, that emerges. So we say that is prem. And then the third is, we say, being lost in love. Being lost in love, which means that then when I am with Baba, then it reaches a state where there's nothing else, no one else, but just the one. Like Baba said, just Mera Baba. Baba is the key. So, in this state, when the soul is completely lost, so rather than being on the surface of the ocean, the soul goes very deep, and just remains um, at a depth. And that's when the soul has forgotten everything of the external world and the external clutter. And that's when the soul is completely saturated in Baba's love. And that's where this deep sense of inner transformation begins. It's like this deep memory of uh, being like Baba, being a soul completely away from the world of the body, that somewhere emerges. So I'm kind of loveleen, completely lost. And this is especially when, we have in the early morning hours, or even when during the day or evening, but when I've completely forgotten everything else. So it's like none but the one. Yeah, mommy, come. So the mind is only focused naturally on Baba. So being lost in love, and then we can say the fourth could be being love or breathe. It's like there's nothing else but love. It's just love, pure love. Like we say, dadis, it's just love. They exude the vibration of love. They embody being love. And so it's also like Preet ki Reet Nibhana. It's like a very deep um, bond, a very strong bond that has been created between the soul and Baba in the confluence age. And that Preet then leaves a very strong imprint on the soul, such that in the next cycle, when I come to Baba's home, that feeling of love emerges again. So these are just the stages of spiritual love, and uh, and so the foundation really is love. Mhm. So there was a little story about how God's love is the foundation, and it's the story of a wooden creature called Wemek, and how his life transforms with love. Mhm. So, would it be okay if we can just watch it? It's just a few minutes story together, and then we can have more discussions around it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Om Shanti. Is this an audio or video from Saurabhai, which is an external one? Then we will stop recording for some time.
Okay, yeah, it is an external
Hmm?
one.
So, Vijitbhai, you can pause recording and then restart after.
Hmm. Om Shanti. Hmm. It's kind of a journey where the soul realizes that what Baba thinks, what Baba feels, what Baba has, the elevated vision for the soul, uh, that is more important than anything else. And then when we really feel that I belong to Baba and Baba belongs to me, that feeling then allows the transformation to take place. And so whatever the soul may be holding on to, the dots or even the stickers, ultimately being an angel is where there's nothing that sticks. So the soul is just completely living in the truth, and there's nothing absolutely of the drama that sticks in the mind of the soul. Mhm. Mm. And this is somewhere the also the story of all of the Brahmin souls, because we can realize that we've also been carrying so much from the past. Mhm. And it's only after coming to Baba, belonging to Baba, that all of that is lifted off. Mhm. And so this bond that is created between the soul and God at the confluence stage, um, this works in uh, ways that allow for the soul to then transform. So maybe we'll just share one another thought here. This, how the spiritual love uh, results in transformation. And the first example here is that spiritual love, the love between the soul and the divine, it melts the gross impressions of body consciousness. They Abhiman. Because of um, uh, 2500 years of being completely body conscious, we have all these very strong hold of body consciousness on the soul. And these gross impressions, first, they need to be melted. And to melt, we really need this source of, a lot of uh, energy, that heat and that warmth that needs to be there. And that's what Baba's love provides. So spiritual love then melts the body consciousness. Dehe Abhiman. So that's really the first stage, just to surrender the self, allow the self to be loved by Baba, so that body consciousness starts to melt. And so that's really the first step. And then the second, after melting, then the spiritual love vaporizes the subtle traces of role consciousness. So from that solid to liquid, and then liquid to even gas, even subtler. And this is where even these subtler traces of, me, mine, whatever the role that we are playing, um, whatever doesn't allow the soul to be lost in love, right? All those, they need to be vaporized. And that also happens when we go deeper into experiencing Baba's love. So ultimately, it's just this pure love that allows the soul to transform, and that's the heart of heart of the spiritual journey. Right? So let us just pause here for a moment and just appreciate this beautiful relationship that we have with Baba, and how it helps us to let go of all the dots and all the gross and subtle traces of Dehe Abhiman or Dehepan, so that we emerge as pure angels angels of love, angels of light, the ones who are always lost in love. Om Shanti. So at this point, maybe we can hear some other thoughts, and then after that, maybe we can discuss a little bit more. So I would like to really open up and see if there are any thoughts that emerge. Please feel free to share.
Om Shanti Saurabh.
Om Shanti, Kirshaben.
I think no one can relate a love story so romantically, so thing like you. When you just shared this story, I remember all these folklore. I used to call them as American folklore or African folklore. I remember even the Lilliputians, the small Lilliputians in Gulliver's Travels and all. And I call them as the mystical dwarfs, or we can call them as angels of the subtle region, but they are all mystical dwarfs who dwell in woods and secret places where humans cannot find them because their story is something, their love story is different. But if you see in the story and the pointers which you gave over here, like you just first started with being loved. Now, being loved, if you just see, it is receiving. Being loving is giving. Being loving, when you said praying, giving. And of course, lost in love, I found Sneh a little diluted. I took it to be lovely. Now, this particular character in the story, if you see, he was in search of love. Everyone were just giving him dots, 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 and all. So he went out. He didn't like anyone or anything because he was not with them. So unless he found the light or a person, I don't remember the name of the character, then which made him realize there is something, there is someone who really, really loves you for what you are. So similarly, when I feel, before you said being loved, even we have to be on a journey where we feel totally bereft, that nothing is something when we search. So only when I go and search for that something will I feel being loved. Just like this character, he comes out of the woods, he goes out of people. So even for me in spiritual love, it is something of the soul which feels bereft, which feels something for someone. Like when you're looking for love, I think that should be the first stage when I strip myself away from these false people and I just look up to see, is there anything really true? I feel that is the first stage. All of us over here, when we went to see Baba, of course, some of us just took it for knowledge. There was no love. Many people did not start the spiritual story, even in the yajna, with just love. It was something called as power, something called as the truth. But what I feel, if you're speaking of love, don't you think like that character, even I have lost something, I go in search? Shouldn't that be the first stage of love?
Mhm. Right. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Kirshaben. Yeah. So, sorry, I didn't kind of catch the last bit you said about shouldn't we? You said, can you please repeat that?
It's when I lose something. See, when I
Mm,
told you when the some who found Baba, there were two. One, when the soul is bereft of love, the soul feels naked, nothing. Then it's that love of Baba which pulls the soul. But for some, it was also the truth. So I feel
mm,
if love is the foundation of spiritual love is the foundation of life, there has to be
mm,
something where the soul has lost. Like this character, he
mm,
lost everything. Everyone used to tease him. He was given only dots. It was then that he could realize
mm,
that light. So don't you think
mm,
even our journey, spiritual journey, starts if love is a foundation, starts with that?
mm. True, yeah. And that's where I think for many of us, right, we would feel that kind of we can relate to it. There's some kind of a sense of something that I don't kind of feel that I fit in the world, or something is not working right, and that's where the soul feels completely a sense of belonging. The soul comes to Baba.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So the black dots, right? So actually, um, so the black dots is not something that is there. Actually, it is with our awareness that we are carrying, right? So um, if you are really the black dots are nothing but what the baggages that we carry along in the form of thoughts, right? But when you realize, but when others talk that you are this, you are that. So when you start to believe that, okay, I am that, I am this, I am not good, right? Then, yes, of course, the dots you are carrying. Yes, but when you realize the true identity of the self, right? So there, the the um, the enlightening happens, right? You realize that you are really originally not having these black dots. The originally we are without all this, right? So I suppose that's the realization that is taking place there, and then um, originally I am love. So originally when I'm love, right, I am also that awareness, and as I live with that awareness, that it goes into me, and that slowly melting away the other all the doubts, and therefore because it's a belief, right, initially. So when you start to get that knowledge and then start to live with that awareness, so the old awareness, all the black dots, right, that all goes out of you, right, and therefore you become pure. So that enlightening happens only when the supreme light comes, right? Otherwise, it becomes really difficult, because many have been trying to search that, but as we know, it becomes really difficult to find God, mm, um, in this Kali Yuga, unless God Himself give us that chance, right? Om Shanti, thank you. Just one
Mm.
thought.
Very nice, Vijit Bhai. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Dhirubhai, I don't know whether you have heard of Sufism. It is the
Mm,
only path of Islam which is focused on love and
mm,
devotion. Otherwise, they
mm,
always say Islam is a thing of hadistic, like very principles. But even there, they speak about the deep love for Allah, which really makes them have a deep connection. So I've read these Sufism stories. But I just wanted to ask you, when that character went to meet them, he said, I made you. Now, why did he make him like that? So, a question,
mm,
can it not cross in the minds of the people who are hearing the story?
mm,
When he went, he said, I made you. So I know you are special.
mm,
So, see, these are just mythological stories, I know that, but they are
mm,
meant to open our minds. Can you say what would be your answer if I'm a child and I ask you that question after hearing the story? Why did he make him like that and make him cry and go about?
mm,
What would be your answer?
mm, mm. Yeah, it's a good point to think. What Baba sometimes tells us, like, when Baba sent us to this earth to play our parts. So initially we were all these, fully awakened and perfect beings, and that's who we really are. And so, Baba kind of created us by creating in terms like, like from the previous cycle transformed us. But Baba really, created us in this perfect form. But then whilst playing our part, then somewhere we lost the track. And so even Wemix, like, so Eli created these beautiful, Wemix, but then over time, then everyone goes through a journey. And that's where, yeah, they accumulate stars or dots. Sure. Any other thoughts on this? Sure. So there is this another little maybe thought that I wanted to discuss um, is how this is the spiritual love, the experience of that love from Baba that ultimately gives us the wings to fly and the wings of wisdom and yoga to fly. Mhm. And so the fuel is really that love. And the more I deepen the experience of love, I do, automatically start to feel being lifted, lifted in Baba's love. And that's where the more wings the soul carries, the more the soul can, become an angel from a normal, human existence to an angelic uh, existence. And and we when we talk about wings and birds, there are actually two kinds of birds. And any guesses what the two could be? One is the bird of the earth, and the other is the bird of the sky. Any guesses? What would that be?
But body and
Eagle?
soul.
Uh-huh. Right. Good, good. Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Bird of sky is the Vihang. Vihang
Vihang. Mhm.
Baba brings out in the Murli. I think
Right.
that's the
Right.
eagle. Or
Right.
the, I mean, Vihang is a bird. I've not seen the bird, but it's very high flying. Right,
Mm.
right.
Eagle.
Right. Eagle. Yeah. So it says, "Are you a chicken or an eagle?"
Chicken.
So chicken is also a bird, but it's the bird of the earth, right? So chicken will only fly a little bit, but chicken will primarily stay on the earth. That's the default kind of the mode with which the chicken mind operates. And an eagle is the bird of the sky. So the sky is what comes naturally to the eagle. The eagle stays and in the sky can see the larger picture, can zoom out and just, stay there. So the question is, am I a chicken or an eagle? Mhm. right? So, of course, as souls, our natural ability is, metaphysical. We are not beings of this physical world, but we are somewhere stuck in the physical world. So there is another story on this, um, where we can kind of deeply reflect on this. Am I a chicken or an eagle? Would it be okay? We can watch another little clip and then discuss. It's like uh, we're all birds of the sky, but because we have been so used to living like a chicken, means living like a human, right? In this physical world, in this physical drama-based reality, that somewhere we forget that that's who we really are, an ego. And that's what Baba is, somewhere through his love, through his, belonging and acceptance, is awakening inside that deep kind of memory, that deep kind of realization that I am an ego, I am a soul. And then for me, it is natural to stay up. It is natural for me, so to express the original nature of the soul. So I just thought to share this. Maybe we can just open up and hear if anyone would like to share any thoughts. Shanti.
Again, you hit
Om
us.
Shanti.
Again, you hit us with the most motivational story. But one part which you didn't say in this is, I forgot the name. I don't know. He took the chicken in the palm of his hand, went to the mountain, made him face the sun and the sky, and then that energy from the sun and the sky opened up the wings of the eagle, and the eagle just looked up the sky and flew and never visited the barnyard again. Same way when Baba comes and lifts us and says we are souls. But we come down. The thing is, that eagle never came down, inspiring story. But why, Saurabh, even after he coming and showing me the sky, do I come down to the barnyard body consciousness again? This is how I generally interpreted the story, Om Shanti.
Mhm. Right. Mhm. Right.
Well, Sarabhai, Om Shanti. I interpreted this from the view of courage and determination, and his love towards his own kin made him generate a sense of passion in him, and he took a step of courage and he flew away. As Baba also mentioned, courage and determination are subsets of love, and they are byproducts of love, and that's how he happened to do. Yeah, thank you.
Very nice, Vinay. That's true. Yeah. Yep. Mhm.
Om Shanti.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bhushan.
what is it is said that God is love and love is God. And when it's love towards God, or when God loves soul, then it takes the soul beyond. It's unlimited. It takes the soul beyond the limits or the limitedness of the world, and soul transcends, ascends, and transcends beyond this world, and that's what represents the eagle uh, stage, the flying stage or the angelic stage. And when the soul is trapped in the love towards own own self, I mean the body, matter, or even the bodily beings, then that same kind of offshoot of love descends, or it's called fall in love, and it again limits to the soul to a kind of a chicken kind of a stage, or the GT stage. So that this is a important lesson that once we understand the God's love, then it takes beyond. So that's what we need to focus on, and nothing. It becomes an effortless journey. It only requires the constant experience of that love, divine love. Om Shanti.
Mm. Very nice. Bye. Yep.
But Saurabhai, is love
Mm.
is only a foundation. Love is only a sustenance. What do you
Mm.
need to keep flying up? I feel there has to be, along with this love, power,
Mm.
belief in the truth. Because if you remember, even when Baba conducts the drill, go to Paramdham, come to Sukshmavatan. He says if you're going to be only in Sukshmavatan, you will experience love, lot of love. But when you go to Paramdham, you'll get power, Shiv Baba, that
Mm.
energy. That's why he conducts the drill. So I should not just
Mm.
stay only in Sukshmavatan and enjoy that lovely love and all. I have to go up. So don't you think along with this love, Shakti, power is needed for me to really hold on to that love?
Mm. Mhm. Yeah, look, that's right. I think it's a journey. Um, because love then, translates into other, like brother said, it, leads to courage, determination. It will also lead to power. It will lead to, so many, even the eight powers, so many of those are all based on love. So it's like, that's why I feel like when Baba says always, like, the key is Mera Baba. It's like you just say Mera Baba, and then everything will work out. And so when I really carry this, love in the heart, Mera Baba, then everything else starts to, fall into place. And then the right time when the soul needs power, the soul will experience. When the soul needs more clarity, knowledge, the soul will, realize that. Um, so yeah, but you're right. It's just love is the foundation, but then on that foundation, we can create so many more kind of experiences. Yeah.
So while this discussion is going on, what I think is love is this, as the seed. Divine love is a seed that grows the plant, and all of the other things are the branches, the roots of that plant. It could be power, it could be values, it could be virtues. But what holds on to everything is the power of love. The moment I displace myself from there, everything else falls.
Very nice. That's so good. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
And
While
I would just add
brother,
on that,
Mm.
yeah, Vinod bhai, just love is also like water for a plant. Without water,
Mm.
no life can be imagined on the planet Earth. So love is like water, which Baba brought out in the Murli. So it is absolutely essential part of spiritual progress. Om
Mm. Mhm. Very nice. Yeah.
well, Sarabhai, uh, in the first figure wherein you showed a chicken and the eagle, there was also a diagram behind that had the four
Mm.
forces, you know,
Mhm.
one, two of them making the eagle fly, two of them trying to put it down, bring it down.
Yeah.
The gravity and the drag are the negative forces that brings it down, while the lift and the thrust, they make it move forward and ahead. So maybe the company and the sanskars bring us down, while as our power and the power of love from Father, they help us move above. There are always a force, be it eagle, be it a plane, or be it us, the souls. There are always forces which take us down, but it's against those odds that we have to lift up and fly.
Mm. It's really nice. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah.
And Baba, I just add on, Baba says that the love creates zeal and enthusiasm. The true love will create a lift force, and this lift force will also give wings the strength, wings of zeal, enthusiasm, and courage and determination. So these four, it's like kind of four engines which the bird gets and the soul gets, and from the true love. And true love is both ways, the soul to God and God to soul, both two-way communication. If we can experience this as in as many ways, the creative ways, it's always enriching and enlightening. Om Shanti.
Mm. Very nice, Bhai. Yeah. Thank you.
Rakiben, I just wanted to ask you, is there time? Remember in the first paragraph of the Murli, we had, and again, if you say we can do it later, fine. About that worthy of worship, we thought we will discuss it. Is there at least 5 minutes time, or can we take it up
We
later?
can, we
What
can, we can.
can I put it forth to Saurabhai?
Yes, we can. Only thing is we'll have to take 2-3 minutes extension. If everybody is okay with that, that should be fine.
Yeah, just 1 minute, because I think
Yeah.
Saurabhai, in the first paragraph of the Murli, Baba generally gives us, he spoke about worthy of worship souls. And he said the first two golden and silver ages, the question of thing doesn't arise, but worthy of worship starts from devotional. My question was, in the Brahmin age, I am also a devotee. So is it like that I worship my own self? So is worthy of worship a concept which has started from the devotional and it is still going on now? Then what is the speciality of the conference age? When do I think I am a puja or pujari in the conference age? It was the first paragraph. If you could answer in fine, Saurabhai.
Mhm. Right. Yeah, Baba mentioned, right, that how as Brahmins, we are loved by Baba, and then, how as deities and worthy of worship souls, we are loved by everyone. And yeah, I feel like, Baba somewhere doesn't allow us to feel that we lost the plot somewhere, because the reality is that, from Copper Age onwards, we actually, lost the track. We forgot who we were. And, we actually uh, started remembering our own perfect form, and then tried to, started building statues of it, and then started to worship that. So, but what Baba is referring to is just the one that we are worshipping is actually us. So Baba doesn't want us to relate to the worshipper even during the copper or the iron, but to relate to that part of the self that is being worshipped. Right. So yeah, that's what. Yeah.
You put it very good. That means I'm doing a narcissistic type of love in the conference age when I'm praising myself and worshiping myself. I just wanted to know that. Thank
Mhm.
you, Saurabhai.
Thank you. Thank you. Sure. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. Yeah, Om Shanti.
Saurabh bhai, we requested for a song. I hope I was audible.
Oh, sorry. Acha, the song. Hmm, sure, maybe a few couple of lines. Hmm. This is a song maybe we can all sing in our hearts for Baba. And it's an old song. न ये चांद होगा न तारे रहेंगे मगर हम हमेशा तुम्हारे रहेंगे न ये चांद होगा न तारे रहेंगे मगर हम हमेशा तुम्हारे रहेंगे न ये चांद होगा. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Papa.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Bama. Thank you, Saurabhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.